Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm back with another video on the guidelines for interview. And today we're going to discuss one of the important questions that mostly come across while giving an interview. So, believe me, there is no secret formula to answer the question. The better you are at self awareness, the better you'll be in a position to answer it, and preparation always help. So, I'm sharing few of the tips that will help you out to answer in a manner that create an impression on the individual that you are the right person for the job based on integrity, not on how you make your answer to fake it. So, the question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Most of the people ask you this question, especially when you are joining it for the first time, when you're stepping into the organization for the first time. So, in the initial interview, they always ask you this question, and some of us are really good at it because we know what we want out of life after 5 years, and some of us are really not good. So here, today I'm going to discuss that how you can answer in a way that will increase your chances of landing up into a job. So if somebody answers ask you this question, imagine yourself sitting in a conference room across the table, and the person that is interviewer is asking you this question. So what probably comes in your mind? Maybe possibility of promoting to a new role, or running this place, or become my own boss. But perhaps you're not comfortable with answering the same way, in the same manner, because these answers are very much direct and maybe not create a good impression on the other person, and you're meeting him or her for the first time and you just wanted to have that job. So, how we can answer it in a way that will help us to secure that job or to grab that opportunity? So first of all, you need to know that why the interviewer is asking this question. So let's suppose I'm a recruiter and asking you this question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So the idea behind it is basically to know about your career goals and how this position would help you to achieve that goal. And secondly, where do you see yourself in the company in 5 years? And do you have a sense of ambition or not? Coming to the first part about your career goals, I have seen so many people with potential, not successful in a say, but they really have a lot of potential. They can contribute a lot, but they're not clear about their career goals. So it's very important that you need to have that career goals in place. And secondly, how this position will help you to achieve that goal. Because it's not about giving the job or receiving the job. It's about making a choice with concern. So let's suppose if they select you for that particular position and your career goals align with that, then there is a possibility that you are more happy, motivated, and contribute more at the workplace. And similarly, it would be easy for the employer to manage you. However, on the other side, if your goals are not aligned with that job, then there are chances that you stay in the job, you just find a parking place, and then eventually leave the organization. So these are the two areas that are very important for the recruiter to actually judge at the interview level to understand how good fit you are for the organization. And coming to the second part to know, do you see yourself in the company in 5 years? So like we have a structure in place. We know what kind of a structure would be expanded structure or not, and we know the roles that are about to come in the future as a HR professional, as a part of management committee. So we know it very well. So maybe we are looking for someone who would stay more in the organization because we can see a possibility that there is a opportunity or there is a role, another role that is higher in that in terms of knowledge or managerial skills may arise, and maybe choose that individual after he performs or delivers well in a similar position. Or maybe we are looking for a candidate who just come to the organization, perform for 2 years, and then move to another organization. So it's very important that we see the possibility that whether you are a job hopper or is someone who would like to stay, and your answer tells a lot. And it's not necessary that you choose to answer in a way that shows that you're going to stay in the organization is actually a criteria of being selected in the interview. No, it's all about how we see that position in the future. Secondly, do you have a sense of ambition? Because sometimes we have seen employees, They are full of potential, they have everything, but they are not clear, they are not ambitious, they're in a habit of lazing around. They want everything to be served in a hot plate. So when after making an effort at the interview and creating all that impression, once they enter the organization, they would not able to perform because they lack ambition, because they don't want to work hard, because they don't want to show their talent. So these two areas are very important for a recruiter to evaluate so that he can make a better choice, and even for you as an employee as well, because this will decide the possibility of you growing in the organization or moving to another organization. Okay, so how to answer? Most of our interview questions so far, I've made two videos on two of the interview questions which are very crucial, and all of the answers are actually built around the job description. Have you noticed that? So job description is very crucial, and there is a reason for it. It tells about the job, the role that we expect from the individual. So yesterday I have a conversation with someone who was called for an interview, and she was asking me that how I prepare myself for the job interview and the test. And I asked her in the first place what is the job description, and she was clueless about it. So I just went on the internet, Googled that role, and actually found out the job description of that particular position she was called for. And then I just go through the job description and simply tell her that what kind of skills you needed. And I think this is how they're going to design your test, and this is how they're going to help ask questions from you, and whether you are ready for that kind of a job role or not. So I have actually helped her to get more clarity before going into the recruit selection procedure. So I suggest that think of skills that are needed in the job and align with your career goals. This is one way of answering it. Here you are maintaining your integrity at the same time helping the recruiter to make a better decision. Then the experience relating to the position you want on your resume. So maybe perhaps you are just an executive level employee and you wanted to have a managerial level experience on your CV. So this is why you have applied for that role, and there is nothing wrong about it. So if you're looking for any kind of incremental growth in the organization, and that's why you want to have that experience in your resume, so this is how you can pick for your answer. And third is identify the area of interest that you may improve in the job. So maybe I'm an employee working in a recruitment and selection role, and now I want to increase my exposure, so I'm going for a learning and development role. So this will help me to improve my skill set and to get better exposure. So you can pick something that you can improve on in the job role by becoming a part of that job. Okay, so I've written few of the examples, but believe me, don't copy paste them because you lose your personal touch to it. It's very important to understand the concept and then build your answers around it. That would become easy for you to be spontaneous in interviews when something unprepared comes to you. Like I've seen individuals who are coming to the interview, they are so much prepared for the questions, but if you ask any question out of the box, they wouldn't able to answer that, and there is a reason for it, because there you can able to know that they have prepared everything in advance and maybe they are not telling you what they actually are. So just get the idea, just focus on the tips and then build your answers around it, because you know better what you can contribute to the organization and what are career goals. And everyone's career goals differ from individual to individual. Someone is wanted to make money, someone wanted to become an entrepreneur. So it differs from person to person. Okay, so one first example is like in the 5 years, I would like to increase my knowledge of planning, designing, and execution of strategy in a leading role of a service sector, as I already have years of experience in managing manufacturing concerns. So this will help me to gain exposure in other sectors too. So when somebody asks me this question, and maybe the role is head of HR, so maybe in my existing role, I wouldn't be able to achieve those kind of knowledge where I can plan, design, execute strategy. So I thought that this will help me to gain that particular knowledge, and especially in service sector because my experience is relevant to more to a manufacturing concern. So here you can see that my emphasis is on skills and sector knowledge enhancement. Now I'm very candid. I know that how it will help me to link up with my career goal, because later on I wanted to be have a diversified experience, not relevant to only particular sector. And secondly, I wanted to have an experience of strategic role. So this position is going to help me out in this manner. The second example is in the 5 years, I would like to take more responsibilities related particularly to training and development side to bring my certification or academic knowledge in use. And the answer is very simple. Imagine you have done a certification or a degree, and now this role will allow you to bring that skill into practice. So maybe you are going for a kind of a role, like you're going for a L&D, learning and development position, because you have done your certification in it, and your existing role is not allowing you to demonstrate those skills. So when you build your answer around those career goals and the job description, then there's a possibility that people might select you because this is what they are looking for. And here this emphasizes on in particular skill set which probably link to your career goal. So this is all from my end. If you still not clear about it, then you can mention the position and your answers or the usual response you give to the interviewer. And what I can do for you is that I can answer it for you or I can help you with the answer so you can get more clarity. And it's all about doing practice. It's a win-win experience for me because every time when I prepare a video, I read a lot of articles. Then I just linked it with my own experiences so that the material will resonate with you. So if you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share in your circle because this gives me courage to contribute more. Thank you, everyone. Take care and Allah Hafiz.